it didn't matter. Because shit fixed itself. Which means... Yes, Grady. They were doing something... Yes, Grady. They were doing something with their system, and just either the people on tech support weren't aware of it, weren't made aware of it, or they just didn't want to admit it, but they were fucking around. They were fucking around with something. I don't even know. Alright, just about ready. I'm sorry, everybody. If I had any other option than Comcast, oh boy, I would be all over that right now. I am so mad that I am approximately about a mile away. There's a fiber company in Charleston. There is. The fiber company that services downtown Charleston, and I am approximately 1 mile outside of their service area. A single mile. What the fuck? All right. I think I have everything together. I think we are ready to go. Yeah, we're ready. All right. Let's begin, shall we?
This song goes out to someone I lost a long time ago.
You walk with your head held high. You know that it's not that kind of night. Feeling good, feeling patient, but you burn with a passion. myself those little white lies. Walk alone on the path you chose. Yeah, you follow it wherever it goes. Wherever it goes. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you now, really miss you. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you now, do you miss me the way I miss you, baby? I miss you now, really miss you. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you now, really. Yeah. I walk with my head held high, telling myself that I'm an average guy. But all these people know I'm faking, and they see that I am aching. I'm aching, all because I miss you. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you now, really miss you. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you now, but do you miss me the way I miss you, baby? I miss you now, really miss you. I miss you so much, baby. I miss you now, really miss you.
Born Ruffians there, starting us off. That was I Miss You, Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night. Yeah, I know, Grady. I'm not happy with the camera right now. I'm not happy with anything right now, buddy, okay? Don't give me shit, Grady. We've had a day. Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night, much later than I'd like to begin because ba-da-ba-ba-ba, Comcast. And my mic is way too hot. Why is my mic so hot? Why are you so hot, Mike? That's a little bit better. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. That's true. Hi. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. You're caught. You're caught. You start making noises, and it's time to be on the stream. Now, what did you need to say to everybody? What did you need to say to everybody? Aww. 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 He's shy. Aw. Hi, Grady. He's purring right now. So yeah, long story short, long time on the phone with Comcast. You're familiar with this shit. Sorry, everyone. We'll just sort of muddle along. Taking your requests, as always. Send those 2 requests at radiodeadair.com. I'll attempt to put those on for you tonight. What do we got for you live? What the fuck is wrong with you is coming up in about an hour and a half. It's... God. I sometimes the stories we have are heavy on the incredulous what, and other times it's heavy on the oh my god you fucking idiot. This week is an oh my god you fucking idiot week. It's you don't understand how anyone could have made those choices, but they did. That's this week. We'll have that later on tonight. And I've got Invisibles coming up, some really cool new music to share with you from some upcoming albums. But of course, I guess the first thing we're going to talk about tonight is Black Panther. I loved it. I fucking loved it. And a lot of other people did too, because apparently it broke box office records this weekend. Sarah and I didn't get to see it until Sunday, which I thought to myself, well, it's going to be a Sunday, so the theater won't be quite so crowded. Nope. 5 p.m. on a Sunday, and the parking lot was full. There were 4 concession lines, and they were all backed up almost to the door. Our theater, our theater wasn't 100% full on a Sunday. It was like 3/4 full. But that was because there were showings every hour on the hour, and there were 3D showings every half hour on the hour. So, yeah. It was really, 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 really packed. And that's good. What do I have to say about this? First, go see it. It's excellent. This was... What's the first thing I want to talk about? Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. You've probably seen in a lot of reviews, everyone's going, this is the best villain Marvel's ever put out. And that's partially true. Because he's not... Killmonger's not strictly a villain. I use the term antagonist more than I would villain for Killmonger. Mainly because his motivations are so strong and so realized and so fleshed out within the course of the film. It was astonishingly done. I can't express just how well realized. Most of these movies, we have very well realized heroes throughout it. And the villains tend to be lacking. I mean, if you want, think about a lot of the Marvel villains, like Ronan the Accuser. What a waste of Lee Pace, I gotta say. Don't get me wrong, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, but Ronan is just as he's so one-dimensional you could turn him into origami. He does his best, but there's nothing for him to work with Ronan the Accuser. The Red Skull, again, brilliant actor they put in the Red Skull, but not going on there. They tend to put more. You tend to see more in Marvel villains out of the performance of the villain, to try to make up for deficits in how the character is written. Even Loki, and everybody loves Loki, but Loki's motivations, let's really think about it, are scattershot as fuck. Loki is motivated by the fact that he feels like he's been in his brother's shadow. He deserves the throne. He feels like his father lied to him. Okay. And what does he try to do about this? all sorts of crazy shit. Just all his he wants to conquer Earth because fuck us. He wants to, the performance of Loki is just really think about Loki. The performance of Loki is more compelling than the characterization of Loki, than his motivations and the just everything about him. So Loki, it's more Tom Hiddleston there than it is the character he's given. Which brings me to Killmonger. He has a very specific goal, which I don't do spoilers when I do this, but he has a very specific goal. Everything he does is in service of that goal. And the reason behind that goal, while the actions he took to attain his goals are not good actions. He's a bad person. But they make sense. And it was grand. It was beautiful. Now, that's not to say that Black Panther is underserved in here, as because a lot of that often happens. You often have where you have a film with a rich villain. It seems like the hero gets shortchanged. That like perfect example of that is The Dark Knight. Remember that with the Joker? And it really felt like you can't look at The Dark Knight and not feel like the Joker doesn't overshadow the film. Doesn't happen here. Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther, you buy it. He's raw, and his motivations are full, and there's depth to him, and there's some scenes in there that they're just heartbreaking, especially if you think coming from a father-son standpoint. It's a lot of realization that your parents are not you put them up on a pedestal sometimes, and the real jarring sense when you come to the realization that maybe they shouldn't have been up there. But it's hard to say. Michael B. Jordan, I've had a soft spot for that actor, because I've loved him since The Wire. Wallace in The Wire. If you haven't watched The Wire, go. But he was so young and so killing it, even way back then. I loved him in Creed, and yeah, he's fantastic in this film. It's just Now that's not to say that that's all that's going on here. There are not one, not two, but three female supporting characters who are all fully realized. They have dimension and depth. That's what blows my mind. Even side characters get such great they are so well fleshed out as people. It's fantastic. There are three female characters in Black Panther that are so well-rounded and fantastic, and it's great. It's great to see. It really is. What else? Yeah, Andy Serkis, I have to say, does not disappoint. Andy Serkis is like the Swiss Army knife of acting. You can just plug him into anything and he's good to go. He jumps right in, no matter how ludicrous, no matter how restrained. You throw Andy Serkis in there and he's good to go. And which I love seeing. I mentioned this in Twitter. I love seeing Andy Serkis out of CGI. I feel like he deserves more roles where he's not behind motion capture, because he's such a good actor. Andy Serkis, fantastic. I'm trying trying to think of all. There's so much to put into here. And they have big armored spiky babies, and that made me so happy. I loved the big armored spiky babies. They was adorable. Bless their hearts. It's the design of this film is astonishing, and it's beautiful. And not to spoil anything here, it's also not quite so crazy. All right, I'm not going to spoil anything. Whoa, hello, net split, kaboom. Don't worry, we're still here. I'm not going to spoil anything. There's a car chase sequence in the film, and Shuri. Please tell me I got the names right. So many names in this film. I so many characters to keep track of. So many. Double check. Yeah, it was Shuri. Shuri, who makes Tony Stark look like, a kid with Legos. Shuri developed this technology, and it allows her to remotely pilot a car. And that's not all that far-fetched, actually. Now, the means of which they do it is a little bit. It's this little doohickey they throw on the car, and suddenly she's able to control it from thousands of miles away. But, technically, you can kind of do that. We have put so many computer systems into modern cars. Yeah, you can hack a car and you can drive it. And if you have the means to do so, you could technically drive a car remotely and hack a car to drive it remotely. So that part of the film was not all that far-fetched. Isn't that a little bit scary, kids? You can, yeah, that's not all that far-fetched. It's true though. You can totally do that. I'm not making that up. You should not be able to do that, but you can. Beautiful design. I loved the design for everything. They started with the basis of African architecture, costuming, all of these things, and they expanded on it. They sort of said, okay, let's take this to the logical extreme with this technological, advancement, and it looks perfect. It looks fantastic. It's just, everyone, I know you've been seeing people online saying this film's a game changer and it's raised the bar and all this. They're not exaggerating. Now, that's not to say this is the best film. It's got some pacing problems. I'd say that's the only downside detriment to this. There's a lot of slow. Oh my god, Mach 5! Which happens. And there were a couple of points where I'm like, come on, man. We're kind of meandering here. However, that's probably my only complaint. Only one. It's just some pacing issues. Otherwise, it's a rock solid film. I could not. It's not a waste of money at all. You would be well served for your monies to see Black Panther. You should see it in the theater. I want to go see it again because it was so good. Of course, it still astonishes me, and this has happened. I'm pretty sure I have seen every single Marvel film in the theater opening weekend since Iron Man. So that's 10 years of Marvel films. And every single time, in 10 years, everyone leaves before the end credits. Everyone. Everyone. The theater I was in, it started 3/4 full. And at the end, there was me and like 10 other people watching the end credits. They didn't even wait for the mid-credit scene. They got up during the... You know how Marvel, they have a CGI sequence before the mid-credit scene. They got up, people was getting up. I saw people at the door. As the mid-credit scene started, they turned around and they went, hold up, there's more? "10 years of Marvel films. 10 years of Marvel films. And people still leave before. We have failed each other. What are we teaching our children? 10 years of Marvel films. We can't get this little, why do you do that? Why do you do that? But it was fantastic. I could not have asked for better. I want more T'Challa. I cannot wait for Infinity War, which is it's so soon. It's coming so soon, guys. Can you believe Infinity War is this year? It hasn't it always seemed like Infinity War is like very far away in the future before that movie's now it's like this year. It's so strange. But it's happening. But yeah, I have no complaints. I laughed when the film wanted me to laugh. I felt things when the film wanted me to feel things. I loved the look. The direction was great. Ryan Coogler, take a bow. You did a great job. Direction was fantastic. Action. So often in these films, the action scenes kind of get muddled and hard to follow. Not this. I thought, bang, 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 bang. Just they looked perfect, and narratively, they looked perfect because they were Film is a visual medium, and action scenes have to tell part of the story, and they did. That's something that some directors just can't seem to accomplish. And Michael Bay, the screen becomes a Michael Bay. Big confusion of chaos and Michael Bay. Oh my God. Such a cough I have tonight. But yeah, the screen becomes tremendously chaotic and you can't follow what's going on or who's doing what or what just happened. It just Michael Bay. Oh, excuse me. I need like a lozenge or something. That's not the case with Black Panther. It's razor sharp following the action on screen, and it's fantastic. I loved it. It was great. Good stuff. I cannot praise that film enough. I want to see more. And if you're at home right now going, man, I've seen Black Panther twice. I want to see more. Watch Creed. Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. Excellent film too. It's sure it's not a Marvel movie, but if you enjoyed the visual storytelling, if you enjoyed the acting, Creed, watch Creed. It's good shit. So, I think that's all I have to say about that. All right, let's get to the Invisibles and then get to your requests. And then we will move on and get to live What the Fuck is Wrong with You. I am sorry we're starting late, but don't worry. I will try to make it entertaining for you nonetheless. All right. For those of you just joining us for the first time, Radio Dead Air used to be audio only, made the jump to video, but there's a lot of really good songs that don't have videos. I like to set a little time aside to share some of those with you. And this week we have a whole bunch of upcoming songs from upcoming albums. We heard a little of these guys at the start of the show tonight. I'm going to play another track. They have their album coming up is called Uncle, Duke, and the Chief. These are the Born Ruffians. This track is called Fade to Black. Let's give it a listen. Radio Dead Air.
a dream enough it might come true. Fall into the void, it's mesmerizing. Whoa, captivated minds are sympathizing. Waiting on the sun, it's never rising. Whoa, black sky is hypnotizing. Well, I thought that I was a man who would follow my road. Well, I turned my back to you, so you'd follow your own. So long, my friend, goodbye. See you later, I guess. Get gone, get lost, no while. I miss you, you're all a mess. And if you talk about a dream enough, it might come true. Fall into the void, it's mesmerizing. Whoa, captivated minds are sympathizing. Waiting on the sun, it's never rising. Whoa, black sky is hypnotizing. I'm not getting bored, I'm just impatient. Watching your emotional immolation. Smile and take a bow to the ovation. Fade to black and change the station. Fall into the void, it's mesmerizing. Whoa, captivated minds are sympathizing. Waiting on the sun, it's everlasting. Whoa, black sky is
Those are the Born Ruffians. Their upcoming album is called Uncle, Duke, and the Chief. You heard Fade to Black there. I like them. They got a real good vibe to the music. It's fun, it's bouncy, it's interesting. Good lyrics. I love it. Keep your eyes out for it. It's coming up soon. Actually, no, that one was released this week, so you can go out and get that album right now. Brand new album. You can get it right now. Yay. Good music. I like them. Next up, this is a band called Ash. Upcoming album is called Islands. Here's a track from that. This is Buzzkill. We're doing The Invisibles on Radio Dead Air.
Summer's here, and the summer's gone. Buzzkill, killing like fucking buzzkill. I had good shit lined up, and then you fucking
was Ash. Their album coming up is called Islands. We just heard Buzzkill. Moving right along. Getting these invisibles out there for you. This is the band called Barely Civil. Album coming up is called Why Can't We? It's called We Can Live Here Forever. Get titles right, Nash, please. This track is called Eau Claire, Eau Claire. Let's give it a listen. Radio Dead Air.
When I first saw you on the Union Square, you were waist deep in a bag of your books and your house. The look on your face and someone to save me. I was just there to take in the air. All this time, I've lost my head in a clear. The first night I spent at your house, you were such a delight. Your voice never raised up once except for at your door. Everyone laughed and it was just me. I found my place and felt at ease. And all of this time I've still lost my head in a clear. So pour the champagne, pour the champagne for the lost lovers. So pour the champagne, pour the champagne for the lost lovers. I've lost my head in a clear. So pour the champagne, pour the champagne, pour the champagne. I've lost my head in Eau Claire. The champagne, pour the champagne, pour the champagne. I've lost my head in Eau Claire.
That was Barely Civil. Got an album coming up called We Can Live Here Forever. Eau Claire, Eau Claire. You just heard one more tonight on The Invisibles. Band called Young Statues. They have an album called Amarillo. Very, very soon to be available. Purchase in your fine digital establishments. This is a track from that one called Somebody Else. Let's give it a listen. Radio Dead Air.
All
pretty groovy, huh? Yeah, I just said groovy. Fuck you. Young Statues. Track was called Somebody Else. It's from an album coming up called Amarillo. I really like that one. Barely Civil. We heard Oh Claire, Oh Claire. It's from their upcoming album We Can Live Here Forever. We heard from Ash. Track called Buzzkill off of Islands. Started us off with Born Ruffians. Their album is called Uncle, Duke, and the Chief. We heard Fade to Black, and that's out this week. You can buy that right now at your finer digital establishments. Enjoy. Hope you found some good new music this week. That's the idea. Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night. We have lots more to come. We have about an hour away from What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, and God, stupid. So, just... It's the kind of stupid where you're like, I would strangle you, but I have the feeling that somewhere along the line you're going to choke yourself on a rubber band somehow. So I won't even bother. Yay! Stay tuned. We have lots more to come. And, of course, always taking your requests. Send those to requests at radiodeadair.com. You know what? There's not much Florida this week. This is some international imbeciles. International imbeciles. That's what it is. Lots of it. Lots of it. We'll get there soon. Do stay tuned for that. But right now, it's request time. We got a lot of them for you. What are we going to start with? Yes. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Let's do this. Lots more to come. Do stay tuned. Radio Dead Air.